Is your team drowning in finance data but starved for time? Today I'm going to show you IntegraBots, where brilliant AI bots meet your most complex financial tasks. Now it's tailored for mid-sized operations craving a competitive edge, and our no-code automation paves the way for unprecedented efficiency. You can wave goodbye to the endless spreadsheets and hello to our trusty, adaptable AI bots. Imagine the thrill of seamless, scalable, and secure financial future under the watchful eye of your own AI IntegraBots. It's more than just smart business, it's the smartest business. And here's what makes it even smarter. My solution engineer, Diego, will show you how you can make the most of the IntegraBots feature on the ElectroNeek platform by processing financial data. And if you like what Diego shows, all I ask is that you type "show me more" in the comment section. Diego, let's show them the first AI bot with IntegraBots. Go ahead and take it away.
Excellent, thank you. Let's jump into the platform, so it's demo time. Everything starts in our portal. You can see this is the first page that you see when you log into our platform. Our platform is divided in different hubs. We have here the automation hub. You see all the elements you need to create automations. And you also have service hub that you can get support from ElectroNeek. So in this case, we are focused our examples on IntegraBots. So I'll enter in IntegraBots right now. Let me refresh because this session was open for so long. We will see the interface of IntegraBots. So what are we seeing here? We are seeing the flows, which are the bots that we are creating. So here is the list of all the bots we have created. We have also a runs tab where we can monitor if our bots are running, and we can see also information about what happened in the run, okay? And we also have a connections tab that we need for every integration. So every time that we need to connect to an application, a SaaS application, we need to establish a connection, and all the connections you have, you can manage from this place, okay? So let's start with the first creation of the first bot. In this case, I'll do registration of invoice payment, okay? Basically, what we'll do is we'll check for emails coming with notifications that an invoice was paid, and we'll update that information in a spreadsheet, okay? So let me initiate the creation of the bot. We'll start it from scratch, okay? So one of the characteristics that IntegraBot has is it has two types of activities that we will be using in our workflow. We start always with a trigger, okay? And in this case, we'll trigger it using a connection to Gmail. So we are checking for incoming emails. We need to select a trigger, new email, okay? Let's select the connection. I already have a test connection for IntegraBots already created. This is a Gmail test account. And we'll look for a subject. So we don't want to start with any kind of emails. We are looking for emails that the subject are payment notice, okay? So this is what we are looking for. Then we need to establish, okay, what else we want to check? The first thing or the last thing that we want to check over here is we want to make sure that the email that we are reading is unread, okay? It's a new email that has arrived. So let's select it, and then we can test this connection. First, before continue, I want to show you first the email account that we are using. Okay, you can see that we have already a payment notice that is informing that we received a payment for this invoice number, and then the date where it was paid. The spreadsheet that we are using to register this payment is over here. The name is pending payments. You can see that we have a list of 4 invoices with the amount, the due date. We have a flag to set if it was paid or not, the payment date that we need to update if we receive the notice, and then information about the customer, including the phone number. This will be using this for the second example, okay? So now you need to figure out that we are paying this invoice, and this is the work that we'll automate right now. So let's go back to the IntegraBots. Let's test and load the information from here. You can see the connection was successful. This is a characteristic of IntegraBots. Every step that we'll add in this flow, we'll have to test before leaving to the next activity. And that also will help us to test every step with information that we gather in the test of the previous one. Good. So what's the next step that we'll do? We want to analyze the information to extract the payment information using OpenAI. Why I'm using OpenAI? Because I'm expecting that the content of the email is a structure. So we are not using a structured way of giving the information. We are just receiving an email saying, hey, I have paid this invoice. The reminder that we are receiving or the information notification that we are receiving could be from a human. It could be from another system that is configured to send us an email every time that we receive a payment. Or we can also try to replace, if we have, for instance, Stripe and we are receiving payment from Stripe, we can replace this trigger for Stripe. Okay, for this example, I'm using Gmail. Okay, in this case, I will use the Ask ChatGPT, and I will create here a prompt to extract the information that I need from that email. So I have to connect to my OpenAI in IntegraBots. Most of the connections that we are seeing are made by single sign-on. Some others requires a token or API key that you can get from the SaaS application that you are connecting to. It will depend on the application, but it's not that complicated. Okay, next step for OpenAI, we have to select the model. We can see all the models that are available for my user. In this case, I will use GPT-4. Actually, it's the most important part of configuring this activity. So for those who are familiar with ChatGPT, what we need to do is to provide a good prompt to get the response that we are looking for. In this case, I will copy the prompt and I will insert that over here. In this case, you can see that I have put some placeholders that I replace with information coming from the email. So the prompt is you receive the following payment notification. This will be the body of the email. So let me select from here. This is how we use the previous result of the steps. So this is a message and the body is in the snippet. Okay, so once I click it, you can see that it's already included in my question or in my prompt. Then I ask him to return the date, the invoice number, and pay amount in the following CSV format. One of the important things when working with AI is that you need to be clear of the output that you are looking for. So we are being very specific, okay? So we are asking for the date, the invoice number, and paid amount. Look at this. This is separated by comma, okay? And then we go back again and say, return only the result. We don't want to have any text on it or explanation. We just need the information that we are asking for. And we are also telling them to format the date in the way that we want and that the invoice number without any kind of symbol, because if you remember the email that I just showed you, there is a number symbol before the number itself. So we don't want that. We want to have just the number. And we want to express the amount in this format. Okay, this is basically what we are giving to the AI. Then we need to establish a temperature. We used to put .17. Basically, this will manage the creativity of AI for replying you with an answer. Okay, so this can be from 0 to 1. So being 1, the most creative. Most of the time when we need to work with this kind of activity when we need some specific data, we tend to use the lower values. In this case, our default for almost everything is 0.17. But if you are writing, for instance, a blog or article or LinkedIn articles that you want to be more creative, okay, you can elevate this temperature higher and you will get more beautiful answer that maybe is well for someone to read, okay? But in this case, we don't want to have any of that. Good. So this is all that we'll be setting here. Let's test this activity. this should be analyzing the information that we have before in the email and get a response. Okay, good. It was successful. And you can see that we have exactly what we want. We want the date of the payment, the invoice number, and the amount. Okay, so we are good to continue. Another step that we'll use is just to prepare this information that GPT is giving to us to be read by the next activity more easy, because we want to be able to select or the date or the invoice or the amount. So for that, I'll use another activity, which is CSV. We want to work with this CSV, convert it to a JSON. Don't get distracted by JSON, which will go, this is program, so this is Java. Forget about that. This is just an auxiliary step that we are doing to select the result. Okay, and we are indicating that this is comma separated. Okay, that's all. And let's test it, and you'll see now why we are doing this. Can you see here the results? We can now have it separated. So in an easy way that we can select or the date, the invoice number, or the amount. Good. So the next step, we have the information. We need to go and connect to Google Sheet and mark first, search where is the invoice, and then set the pay flag and the pay date in the spreadsheet. So next step, let's use Google Sheet. Down here, we'll look first for the register. So let's find rows. Over here, we need to select the connection. We already have pre-established connection to the same account. And we need to select now the spreadsheet that we are connecting to. So let me select the pending payment. This is the spreadsheet that we are working with, pending payments. Okay. And the sheet is the default, the sheet 1. There is nothing that we can do over here. Good. So now we need to select which is the column that we need to look for, in this case, to search. Okay, so we need to look for invoice number. So we have the invoice number. So the best way to find where to update the information is looking for the invoice number. And then we need to specify which is the value that we are looking for. In this case, we'll search for here the auxiliary activity that we have seen. So this is why the reason why we are doing this, because we can select the invoice number over here. Then it asks us about, okay, what is the starting point to start searching? And we'll set it as a number 2 because the first is the header. And how many rows we want to go through. I will put here a higher number, so to be sure that we can go through all of them. And that's all. We can test it right now. So remember that we need to test every activity that we are using. Good. We have here, it found it in the row number 5, and we can see here all the fields that we have in that row. So which is the invoice number is the first one, you can see. Then we have all the other fields. We need to update the D, and we need to update the E with the date. Good. So now let's update the row. Okay, so we found the register, so now we need to update the row. We also use the Google Sheet activity over here. So let's select it. Let's check the action. In this case, we'll be updating a row. We need to select the connection that we already have set up. The spreadsheet, which is pending payments. And the sheet, which is sheet number 1. Okay, so now we need to establish, okay, which is the row that you want to update? The row that you want to update was here in the find rows. We expand here the row, okay? So this is the number 5. The other important thing that we're setting up here is that we are telling that the first row has the headers. So let me activate this. In order to have all the columns listed here, so it's more easy for us to go to what we need to update. So we say that the pay flag is one of the first things that we need to update. Where we get this information from here. Okay, let's expand it. Here is the pay. So here we need to put that it's true because we received the payment for this one. And the next thing is the payment date. And now here is where we need to find out the date. So this is the date that we obtained from the email. So it's duplicate twice. Okay. So this will be the date. And that's all that we need to set up here. Good. So let's test this. Remember that we don't have any information, set up for the payment date. Now I will test this one and you'll see how this works. Good. It was successful. And let's see the results in the spreadsheet right now. And you can see that it was updated to true and we have the date. Good. So perfect. We have finished our first bot. I can rename this bot for bot 1. Okay. So we cannot confuse. This is also important that we can also test the flow directly from here. If not, we need to publish it, and that will be executed when a new email has arrived. So you can see the information over here. Everything was updated. Good. It's very important because you can see if you want to check or analyze the result, you can go step by step and see which is the result of each step. You can see that the output of Ask ChatGPT was this one, the find row with the number 5, okay, and the updated row, the information with the success message. Okay, so this is very important, very useful to look at. Okay, so that was the first bot.
All right, come back. Thanks, Diego. Listen, that was the first AI bot with IntegraBots use case, and it won't be the last that I'm going to have my team walk you through. And if you want to see more tasks that you should automate, drop in the comments section what you want to hear about, because I'm like a DJ and I take requests. And don't just subscribe to this channel because I know you'll do that. Hit the share button and send it to your boss. And let's make automation great again.